course, 11 years in the NFL. I remember you most as a Detroit Lion. Golden Tate, love the jacket. Great to have you with us.
Appreciate it. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. I cannot wait for tonight. The energy in here is on point. Let's go Irish.
All right, with that being said, you're Irish, obviously, 8.5-point underdogs. I'd like to see them pull off the upset. How confident are you that they could actually do it?
I am really confident that we are going to play our best game, and that's what it's going to take. We know that we need to play very tactical. We don't want to if this becomes a track meeting, we're in trouble. So we're going to keep them, fight them in the phone booth for what we said and when we played. Don't let them boys get on the edge and run vertical because they have a huge advantage. And so if we can do that, I like our chances.
Yeah, get the game. You got to get the game to the fourth quarter.
Absolutely.
Make it a one-score game because now that pressure goes on Ohio State because, as Molly mentioned, they're 8.5-point favorites.
Right.
Get this game to a one-score game late into the fourth quarter, drag them out into the deep waters, and then try to finish them off out there. If this game gets into open the game where you're 14 in the first quarter, another 14, so they got 28 points at the half, I don't think that game is conducive for Notre Dame to win.
You still have to play the game. That's it. Yeah, we know the storylines of the high potent and explosive offense from Ohio State, but Notre Dame, they're not going to change who they are. And that's what I've liked. I've seen it, I've doubted, I've doubted, I've doubted. You've posted, I've doubted, you've posted. But yet, you still have to play the game. That's what it's going to come down to. Marcus Freeman will have those guys ready to go, and that's what I'm excited the most. Can Ohio State, I look at it like this, Notre Dame is playing with house money. Can Ohio State live up to the hype? And that's what it's going to come down to. I don't think Notre Dame has to play perfect. I think Ohio State has to play perfect because it's so much on the line.
Yeah.
They are supposed to win. Therefore, Notre Dame just got to disrupt the expectation.
Yeah.
I completely disagree with you about Notre Dame not having to play perfect. They got to play their definition of perfect. You got to punk Ohio State. You got to be the Hogs. You got to be the big boys. You got to get physical because there's no other way you're going to beat Ohio State. I understand what Ohio State is bringing to the table, and there's a lot of pressure on them. You got a $20 million payroll with your NIL deals and all of this other stuff. You know you got 11 cats that were NFL caliber players that returned to your squad. Notre Dame ain't had all of that. You coming from the Big Ten. I sat up there weeks ago. Me and Shannon took a lot of heat because we talking about you lost to Michigan for the fourth straight year. If you had lost that first playoff game to Tennessee, you damn right Ryan Day should have been gone if that had happened. I didn't stutter them. I ain't stuttering now. I meant it, and I said it back then. But he handled his business, and as a result, you're looking at Ohio State with Smith, with Egbuka, with Henderson, with Howard. You got a crew, all right, and still going up against Texas. You needed Sawyer with the strip sack and the return for the touchdown in order to secure that victory against Texas. So certainly Ohio State's got pressure on them. But if you are Notre Dame, you got one shot to win this game. You got to be Cam. You got to be Shea and then some. You got to be physical. You got to go at them. You got to make sure they understand they going up against a bunch of men tonight. That's Notre Dame's shot to win a national championship.
Cam said that Notre Dame is playing with house money. All I know is when I go to Vegas and I win, it's not my money, and I ain't trying to get it back.
That's cool. But I don't think Notre Dame has played perfect football all year.
Okay.
So let's not try to hold them to a standard that they must play.
Can they play perfect?
No,
they're not a perfect
But they have been the most physical team in a lot of years. That's what I'm saying.
So they don't have to play perfect. Ohio State has to play perfect, and we're going to disrupt certain things.
Right.
Defense, physicality, control the line of scrimmage, take them to the deep.
Let me ask you this. Can Notre Dame win this game playing less than their best? Whatever that best is. I ain't saying it's got to be perfect. Can they win without playing their best football game tonight?
I think it's all about timing. I think they can win, but they need to get a pick or a turnover or steal a possession at the right time. That's how they've won a lot of the games this year, being in the right place at the right time. I worry that when we get these picks and fumbles and these stops, can we score, though? Because that defense is dangerous over there at Ohio State.
Don't play football, damn it. You can't beat a softer team tonight. If you Notre Dame, and that's not fair to say. You can't beat a softer team.
Okay,
you got to be those Rough Riders.
Soft versus perfect is two different goalposts.
I'm talking soft.
So all I'm saying is, yes, you have to be the more physical team. Ohio State, they're going to put up points. They're supposed to put up points. Notre Dame must be able to answer if it does turn into a shootout. What I'm saying is you don't have to be perfect. You just have to be out physical than Ohio State and get to
Notre
the
Dame has no
can't-
shot in a shootout.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They don't have that option.
But that's not the okay. If you look in the game and now it's 17-14, does that mean Notre Dame played perfect or did they play smash mouth football?
Right.
That's my argument.
But I want to keep it low scoring.
Yes.
But I just want to get to the fourth quarter with 5 minutes left in the ball game, and I got a chance to win it.
Yes, sir.
That's all I can ask for.
Let's see what happened.
And I want them to be in a position where they're playing such smash mouth football. You got a guy like Smith and Agbuka going over the middle and ain't thinking about what's coming.
That's facts.
I want Henderson to think about, damn, I got to find a way to get through this. I want that kind of atmosphere for Notre Dame because that's the only
way they
shot
can
they
win.
got.
That's the only way
It's
they
the only
can
shot they have.
Absolutely. Guys, can I you one more thing?
I got one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
The last time we've seen Ohio State lose, it was because of what we saw other teams lose this week. Turnovers. Bad, inopportune turnovers. If you find a Notre Dame defense that can create turnovers and they can maximize it, that's not them playing perfect. They just playing opportunistic.
Right.
You get a turnover, a pick six.
See, you
okay,
looking
now
at it
that's
differently than me. When I saw them lost to Michigan, which was their last loss,
A red zone
I
turnover.
saw a 500 team roll up in Columbus and soften those boys up. That's what I saw. I saw a soft Ohio State team that afternoon.
Yeah.
That cannot show up tonight,
Okay.
or you lose it.
All right, let me transition to the NFL because Golden, obviously you didn't just play for Notre Dame. I mentioned 11-year NFL vet, and you also played for the Detroit Lions as well. What do you think was the more heartbreaking loss in the NFL? Was it the Ravens or the Lions?
What it's like to be a fan of football, investing so much time and money and articles and anticipation since the NFC Championship, and then for it to go the way it went, you're like, man, this is what it's like. I mean, it's over. I looked at the TV, even though it was a blowout, I'm like, dang, the season is really over. So for me personally, it was the Lions' loss.
Let's face reality.
Heartbreaking.
The only reason it was heartbreak because we saw Dan Campbell crying.
Yeah.
We knew from weeks ago that defense with all them damn injuries could be had. The heartbreaker was the Ravens. And Lamar Jackson.
Heartbreaking is the Ravens.
Right.
Disappointing is the Lions.
Okay, fair.
For sure. Going into this weekend or going into the playoffs, the magic was in the AFC. I said earlier, Stephen A., anybody could have came out of the NFC side. AFC, you had Lamar Jackson. You had Josh Allen, obviously Patrick Mahomes. Anybody could come out from the NFC. When you see a game in Detroit, it's not that anything other than the turnovers made a big deal. Now, this was supposed to be Lamar Jackson's year. That's why I'm so devastated. Man, I'm believing in Lamar. And that's what's so gut-wrenching about this. And now we have to wait a whole nother year, a whole nother offseason to get to where we think he's supposed to
Even
be.
the crystals on the side of your hat couldn't help.
I was trying to wear gold for the, you know what I'm saying, my dog gold.
Listen, I picked the Ravens to win the Super Bowl. I was pulling for Lamar as well. All right, Golden, before we let you get out of here, tell me this. Score tonight and who's going to win?
We know who's going to win. It's Notre Dame. But it's going to be, that's right. Talk to me now. All right, settle down, you others. Now the score, it's got to be a low-scoring game. So I'm gonna go 24-21.
Okay. OH? Golden, appreciate you. Thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure.
Enjoy tonight. Much more First Take to come live from Atlanta.